Anchors Sarah Robbins and Anthony Mitchell. The weather team, Taylor Wells and Stephen Molitor. And sports, Eric Johnson and Ben Schill. You're watching KLTY, Quality News at 9.
An order to boil all drinking water has been issued for several southern Iowa counties. Good evening, I'm Sarah Robbins.
And I'm Anthony Mitchell.
You're watching KLTY Quality News at 9. A boil advisory is being put into effect for several southern Iowa counties after a water treatment plant in Creston failed to operate. It allowed contaminated water to enter the water association systems in Adams, Clark, Decatur, Madison, Taylor, and Union counties. The counties are being advised to boil all tap water used for drinking, cooking, washing, and bathing. Samples of the water supply were measured well above the set health limit of a 1.0 turbidity rating. The water treatment plant must drain and clean all the equipment before they can begin to distribute clean water again. Authorities are not sure when the situation will be resolved, but they hope to make quick progress. If you think you are affected by the boil advisory or you have any questions, you can visit our website at www.klty.com.
Now let's send it over to our Chief Meteorologist, Stephen Molitor, to let us know when that bad weather is moving in.
Thanks, Anthony. Looks like we'll finish the week off cold but clear, with some dangerous weather coming in to start off next week.
Now to our international correspondent, Jack Menner in Africa, with another water issue story.
Thanks, Sarah. Cholera has been eliminated in the United States for over 100 years. But in Zimbabwe, an epidemic is raging. Over 12,000 cholera cases and 500 deaths have been reported since August of 2008. According to the World Health Organization, the disease is caused by the ingestion of infected food or water and is usually attributed to poor sanitary and sewage conditions. Cholera results in severe dehydration, and while the disease is curable, it can be fatal if treatment is not quickly administered. Zimbabwe's President, Robert Mugabe, has failed to acknowledge the epidemic in his country. This only adds to the long list of humanitarian crises. Inflation rates are at record levels. Cholera vaccines are not available in the United States, and travel to Zimbabwe is not recommended. From Harare, I'm Jack Menner. Back to you, Anthony and Sarah.
Thank you, Jack. A group of 9 Muslims were detained at Reagan National Airport after overheard discussing the safest place to sit on the plane. After being removed, Atif Irfan and his family were questioned and cleared by the FBI. AirTran Airway refused to rebook their flight. The incident has sparked the issue of Muslim prejudice within air travel.
The beluga whales of the Alaskan Cook Inlet have recently been declared an endangered species. Whale population dropped from 653 to 347 between 1994 and 1998. According to a National Service report, there are at least 18 factors that threaten the whale. Man-made threats include unnatural noise pollution, poaching, and oil spills. The whales are also impacted by disease and climate change. Biologists say now that the species has been declared endangered, the first step can be made towards saving the whales.
2 Iowa bars are having their liquor license suspended after neglecting to abide by Iowa's public smoking ban. The ban took effect on July 1st of last year. Froze Pub and Grub in Wilton and Otis Campbell's Bar and Grill in West Burlington will face sanctions after their hearing on January 2nd. These are the first 2 Iowa bars to have their liquor license suspended since the ban took effect.
Let's go back to our chief meteorologist, Stephen Molitor, to check on the weather. Stephen, I hear we may be in store for some nasty weather.
Taking a look at the national picture, it's pretty chilly up in the north as Boston comes in at 18 degrees and our nation's capital is just a little warmer at 21. To the south, people are enjoying much warmer temperatures as Miami is currently at 60 degrees along with Dallas. To the west, the Mile High City is unseasonably warm at 55 degrees, but Boise is closer to the season's average at 19. Right now, the Midwest is feeling a little more like Alaska, with St. Louis at 7 degrees and Minneapolis with our coldest temperature at -4. Tomorrow, it looks to stay pretty cold close to home, with Chicago only reaching a high of 5 and Minnesota just making it above 0, with Minneapolis having a high of 1. To the west, Phoenix looks like it'll have a beautiful day with a high of 75 degrees. San Francisco will be a little colder with a high of 61. To the south, New Orleans will have a fairly mild day with a high of 67 degrees, and Atlanta will be cool but bearable with a high of 53 degrees. Taking a look at the current conditions, it is currently very cold outside, and everyone who plans on doing any overnight or early morning traveling needs to be prepared for cold temperatures and even colder wind chills. Currently, it's 2 degrees in the metro. However, it feels more like 9 below outside as the north-northwest wind is bringing in some Arctic air. The dew point is currently at 0 degrees and the barometric pressure is at 30.06 inches and rising. Now let's see what Iowa and the future has in store for us weather-wise.
Thank you, Stephen. Taking a look at the state of Iowa, we will be hit with some of the cooler temperatures yet this year. Currently, in the western area of Iowa, Council Bluffs is at -10 degrees, while Sioux City is at -4 degrees. Fort Dodge and Waterloo are in the lower -20s, while Dubuque and Davenport are at -13 degrees, which leaves Des Moines the warmest at 2 degrees. For tomorrow's forecast throughout Iowa, temperatures will remain chilly but fairly equal in all the different areas throughout Iowa. Sioux City will warm up a bit to -2 degrees, while Algona and Mason City will be at -7 degrees. On the eastern area, Iowa City will be at -4 degrees, along with Lamoni at -4 degrees as well. Creston will be at -2 degrees, which leaves Des Moines a bit chillier at -5 degrees. Now taking a look at this week's forecast, the temperatures are looking chilly so far this week, as every day is expected to be in the freezing temperatures. Currently, the temperature will remain at -4 degrees tonight. Saturday will be mostly sunny, but with cooler temperatures at 3 degrees during the day and -12 degrees towards the evening, with 15 to 25 mile-per-hour winds from the northwest, subsiding in the afternoon. On Sunday, there will be an expectance of clear weather at 20 degrees for a high, which will utterly change into increasing clouds and a 40% chance of snowfall, with a low of 7 degrees finishing off the night. For Monday, cloudy weather will resume with a high of 15 degrees. In the afternoon until the evening, decreasing clouds with strong winds will create cooler temperatures and will begin to pick up fairly quickly, generating the low of 5 degrees. The rest of the week will be very cold but sunny with highs near the mid-20s during the daytime. The nights are expected to finish off bitterly cold, with the lows being in the low double digits. So bundle up and stay warm.
We'll be right back with our special feature report after this commercial break.